guys. I'll be with you in just a minute. I'm just now getting my TV on. I couldn't find the remote, but I finally found it. So I'm running a little bit behind today. Hey, Carl. Hey, Mark. Um, it's been a long day already. I took off today to kind of assess where I'm at with the excursion. Here in a little bit, I'll take you guys over there and we'll go through it and see what I got to work with. I hope everybody's doing good. I took today off because last night I was up until 2:30 in the morning waiting on the people to deliver Mrs. truck that we bought from down in South Florida. So there was no way I was going to be able to go to work today, so I went ahead and took a personal day. And I'll try to keep up with you guys. I've got my monitor turned to where I can see it. So if it looks like I'm looking off into outer space, I'm looking over at the monitor, because that's where it's at. And I hope you guys can hear okay. I've got my air conditioner on in the shop. So this is pretty much the first stream that I've done since the shop was built, I guess back last year. I took quite a bit of a break. I do plan on getting back out here and doing some stuff. And now with the new truck project, I'm definitely going to be out here doing some projects on that. So thanks, Mark. I appreciate it. I have no way of hearing what's going on, so I depend on you guys to let me know how the volume is and all of that. But anyway, all's good here. Me and Mrs. have had a ton of projects. As some of you know, we built a new hot tub deck that I'm still building. I'm not done with it yet, but it just got, we had a weekend there where the temperatures got pretty low, and I was able to do some work outside, so I took advantage of that last weekend and jumped all into that. How you doing, Dutchman? Good to see you. So I jumped into that project, and I was able to get the deck done and most of the roof done. Hopefully in the next, I don't know, few weeks, the weather will, take a change and get a little bit cooler, so I can go back up and finish that. But anyway, in the meantime, so you guys know me, I'm always about a project. Well, we got a project, and I'll give you the back history on it. So I've got my Dodge 2500 four-door, and that's usually what me and Mrs. and the dogs go to town in, and it works okay. But, with 300-pound German Shepherds, it gets pretty tight pretty quick. So we thought about it, and decided, we need something that the whole family can fit in, but it needs to be able to tow my trailer or a boat or, just the normal stuff that I do around here. And what we came up with, hey Bellad man, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for coming. What we came up with, we started looking for an excursion. And what that is, an excursion is a Ford product that they haven't made in quite some time. I honestly don't know the last year model that they made them. Hey Cordial, good to see you, buddy. But anyway, we looked around our local area and all we could find was two-wheel drive V10 gas burners. And we really didn't want to do that because the engines, well, they suck. So, hey Phil. So we kept looking and kept looking. And the best vehicle we found was the one that we purchased. And it was in Tampa, Florida. St. Petersburg, more specifically. It ended up being a 2000 model Ford Excursion with a 7.3 liter diesel engine, and it is four-wheel drive. It's a fairly low mileage truck. On average, these things usually have 200,000 or 300,000 miles on them. We found one for around 160, so we're pretty happy with that. Price was a little bit high, so we negotiated that and got the price down to where I was comfortable with it. And I went ahead and pulled the trigger on that. And then we contracted a company to go down to Tampa and pick it up for us and bring it to us to deliver it. And they did. They delivered it last night. I want to say, I think it was around 1:45, 2 o'clock in the morning when they delivered it. So, needless to say, I'm still tired. I didn't sleep all the way through the day and night. Sun came up, I woke up, time to get going, all that jolly shit. So, anyway, so I didn't really get to look at the truck a lot last night, but I did find some things that I didn't like, as you always do with a used vehicle. But today we decided, you know what? Let's rearrange out in the shop. Let's bring it out here. And yeah, I'm exhausted, Phil. Thanks, buddy. But at any rate, we moved things around out in the shop. I took my little truck and put it under the parking garage and pulled the Excursion in to really get a no-shit assessment of what we're dealing with. Now, when I bought the truck, I knew from talking to the guy I bought it from, hey Trina, I knew when I bought the truck, I knew it was going to have problems. They all do. These Excursions are notorious for having rust problems, and just like every other one out there on the market, mine has rust problems. I knew it was going to have rust problems. It's usually in the rocker panels and the doors, and I accepted that. It's no problem. In a former life, that's what I did. I worked in a body shop for many years, and I was prepared for that. So I can't really complain about that portion of it because I knew what I was getting into. However, there are some things on this truck that I was misled by. And no, I won't say misled. I was flat out lied to. Okay, that's the honesty of it right there. And you'll see as I show you when we walk over and I walk around the truck and give you guys a view of it. I'm not upset about the truck, the money, all that. The truck is the truck. It can be repaired. I can do all that. I'm more so upset that the guy that I bought this thing from apparently is retired Navy, and he knew that I was retired veteran as well. And for him to not disclose all of the damages and all of the condition of this vehicle to me and the amount of money that I sent him and what it cost, the whole ordeal, for him to do that really disappointed me. And a lot of you guys saw on 88 Keys last night, I kind of went on a rant because, well, I was pissed off, you know, and rightly so, I feel. Hey, Rita. But anyway, nevertheless, here we are. So how about I'm going to take the camera and we're going to walk over to the truck. I'm going to adjust my monitor to where I can kind of see and see what the, it was a meltdown, Mrs. Yes, it was. But anyway, I'll flip the camera around so that you guys can see the truck. I can see the monitor. And I'll just walk around and talk about it. There are some pros. Do not get me wrong. I'm glad we got the truck, and I'm looking forward to turn it into something great. I was just under the impression when I got the truck it would be drivable, and I could put Mrs. in it and let her go to town with the dogs. And that's far from the case. So, but anyway, let me flip the camera around. Oh, that's funny. I'm sorry, guys. Give me just a second. Yeah, this is the guy I bought it from sending me a text right now. I was sure not trying to put one over on anyone. I had, yeah, no, you didn't. You fucked me, you asshole. But anyway, hopefully he'll watch this video. And no doubt he will know exactly how I feel about the whole transaction. But anyway, let me flip this around and we'll go walk around the truck. Bear with me, guys. I'm sorry about the phone. I'm having to move a few things around. Let me turn the monitor where I can see. Tell them we're all here with pitchforks. I hear you, Trina. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so here we go. Here's the truck. And from the pictures, you know, and from the video, the truck doesn't look bad. It really doesn't. And I do like the truck. So, when I got the truck, it pulled into the driveway with, and by the way, I want to say the guys that delivered the truck were absolutely fantastic. That was the best part of the whole deal. So, kudos to those guys. And I'm trying to think of the name of it. Wiregrass something cab. I can't remember the name of their business, but it was fantastic. Mrs. Maybe you can throw that in there, give them a shout out. Because they were great. I was very happy with those guys. Let me get my stick here. It'd be easier if I put this on the stick and I can carry you guys around. There we go. All right. It is a beast of a truck. It's huge. I love it. 4-wheel drive. Notice the front tire. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But yeah, it's exactly what we want. And again, I'm not upset that we have this truck. I'm not. I'm upset that a fellow veteran really, well, he shit my Oreos, and I'm not real happy about that. So I'm sure that'll be a conversation me and him will have later. But live and learn. Yeah, it is. It's awesome. So when the guy got here, I walked up to the door, and he had all the windows down. And I said, "Hey, bro, what's up?" And he said, "Hey, man, the AC didn't work." And I thought, well, you know, it's a 2000 model. That's no big deal. Probably has a leak somewhere. I can fix that. And come to find out, it was a little bit more than that. And I'll show you guys here in a minute. But so the guy on the listing says, "Yeah, man, the interior's fantastic. It's great." You know, he's really surprised that a truck of this age had such a nice interior. Well, I'll let you guys be the judge of that. This is the back half of the truck. So, got a little bit of rust damage there. A little bit on the other side. But again, I knew what I was getting into when I got the truck. So the big thing is the vast amount of room that we have, and the fact that it's got rear air. That was a big thing for me. I can handle all the sheet metal work and all that. I'll probably just get a body and do a body swap on this and be done with it. The back doors seem to work okay. I think they're factory. They're not in bad shape. They seem to work. The door latches seem to work on the back doors. The deck lid, let me back up here. The deck lid, if you'll notice, is black. And that's because it's been replaced. Hey, Kevin. Good to see you, buddy. So you can see the deck lid's been replaced at some point. This is not the factory deck lid. I'm sure it's an OEM deck lid, but it's not the one that came on this truck. And I'm not going to shut the deck lid right now, because if I do, I won't be able to open it. The door handle don't work. And the lock does not match the key that comes with the truck. So we'll go to the other side here. Now then, keep in mind, I was told the interior is fantastic on this truck. And I saved the listing, and I'll probably screenshot it to 88 Keys and to Facebook to defend my case, to show exactly what the guy said about it. But as far as interior goes, you saw the carpet in the back. So this is the perfect interior, you know, that I was told the truck had. And obviously, I really don't care about this back seat, because truthfully, the back seat's coming out anyway, and I'm not going to use it. But, you know, again, don't lie to me about it. The door panels all seem to be in good shape. The doors seem to be in good shape. The front two doors have some rust down here that I'll have to address. But again, I knew what I was getting into. This is some of the rocker panel damage right here that I'm going to have to replace, that I knew about. And believe it or not, this is actually a brand new part that some kindergartner tried to weld on, and didn't turn out too good. And under further inspection, if I break the zip tie that's holding the molding on, you can see that that is all rusted out inside there. So, didn't count on that. More rust on the window, or on the door by the window. And then to the front seats, which actually the front seats aren't that bad. There's a guy in Dothan that does upholstery work, and I'll probably have these seats redone. So that is not the factory stereo by any stretch of the imagination. That is typical of a younger generation individual wanting to install a radio. The radio does work, and it's actually a very expensive radio. It just looks ghetto as hell in this truck. Poor installation, it just looks terrible. So that will definitely be coming out, and we'll be going back with a factory stereo. I'm looking around in here. I'm not really seeing anything else that bad. So the interior parts and pieces for the most part are good to go, and I'll use most of them. But when I get the other body, I'm hoping to find one with the same color interior. If not, no problem. You know, I can work with that. No big deal. But everything seems to work. So the door, or the windows roll up, all of that. The door locks seem to work. Interior wise, as far as all that goes, I'm going to give it about a 6 on the interior. But like I said, I knew what I was getting into when I bought this thing. Hell, it's 20 years old. You know, what do you expect? But let's go check out. All right, I'll talk about this tire right quick. So, obviously, that's the spare tire, okay? And the wheels and tires that are on it are these. And if I understand right, these wheels and tires came off of a 2016 or 17, I can't remember. But the guy assured me, man, the tires are brand new. Well, does that look brand new to y'all? Doesn't look brand new to me. So, anyway, back to the front tire. So the front tire that's on it right now is on it because this guy told me, hey, whenever I put these other wheels and tires on, I had to get spacers for the front end, and which is not uncommon. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. He said, but the spacers were cheap, and one of them kept coming loose, so I put the spare back on. Well, let's dive into that. This is the spacer that goes on the truck. It's a 2-inch spacer, and what that does, it allows for clearance for the factory wheels of that year model to fit on this truck. So there you have it. There's the spacer. Now then, he said that kept coming loose. Well, yeah, it kept coming loose because if you look at it, look at the studs. They're all broke off. So either he didn't tighten them up and they broke off, or he stripped them. I don't know what he did. I truly don't know. But that's the reason that I don't have the other wheel mounted on the truck. So it's got these tow mirrors, which are pretty cool, man. I do like the mirrors. They're a little bit big, and I don't know if this is factory or not, but I don't know if I'm going to keep them or not. But they do extend. You can say I can pull them out so you can see what you're hauling behind you. All power windows heated, or mirrors heated and all that. Unfortunately, they don't work. But again, it is what it is. Front bumper's junk. I'll put a new one on that. The grill is questionable. I'm not sure about that. Let me raise the hood. This is where it gets kind of interesting. So, 7.3 Ford diesel, fantastic engine, and it seems to be a very strong engine. I'm very pleased with that. The transmission supposedly has been rebuilt like 35,000 miles ago. I'm not real sure on that, but that's what he told me. It seems to work good. It looks like someone's replaced the air compressor at some point for the air conditioning. It looks good. I did test it. The system does have a little bit of pressure in it. But back to what I was telling you guys about the driver. When he showed up, all the windows were down. And he said the AC wasn't working. Well, let me see if you guys can figure this out. Get the phone. All right. Can anybody see why the air conditioner wouldn't work? Anyone? Anyone? Because it doesn't have a fucking air conditioner motor or fan motor in it. That's why it doesn't work. And by the way, the last conversation I had with this asshole, he told me that him and his son took this truck on a fishing trip and they stayed in the back of the truck all night long. And I assumed they left it running with the air conditioner on. Well, I don't know what happened between then and now, but the fan motor's missing, so it couldn't have worked too well. So, anyway, moving on. It's got 2 good batteries. I'm happy about that. That works. It does have a new turbo on it, and there's no way I can get this camera in there for you guys to see that. But trust me, it does have a brand new turbo on it. I am pleased with that, and it is an upgrade from the factory. So, I'm pleased with that. They did good. It's got some things that I'm not real sure what this does. It's some kind of pressure regulator with a hose that's not hooked up to anything. So not real sure about that one. And I'm not real sure about these wires. Doesn't look like the way I would have fixed anything. So, definitely be looking into that. And the question of the day that I have, that I've got to extend this out a little bit, but give me just a second, where I can reach this in here. If anybody knows why in the hell you would hook up a damn air hose fitting and run it to the intake vacuum side, I'm lost on that one. I don't know where to go with that. What the hell is that all about? And then over here's the other battery. Again, I think the batteries are good to go. But not real sure about this high-speed wiring here. Not real sure what that's all about. There's some exterior lights on the truck. Some kind of light bar he's put on right there. I guess that works that. I don't know. I did check the air filter. Of course, the air box is loose. Didn't bother tightening that up. It's got a new air filter in it. I don't really know what this is. I mean, I know what it is. It's a solenoid, but what's it for? I don't know. And it's very professionally installed, as you can see by the factory screw they used there. And it's nice and neatly tucked into a corner. So yeah, professional job installing that. I don't know if the four-wheel drive is all work. It's all here. Don't know if it works or not. That hub right there, I can't turn it. It's locked up, so I'll have to take the hub off and do some work there. Let's see, what do I do with a key? I had the key in my hand. Oh, here it is. Yeah. I will say it does have one feature, and I don't know if this is aftermarket or not, but I actually do like this. So, let me see if I can show you guys. Here's the remote. There's the remote, and it's got remote start. So, when you push that button, the truck goes through a start sequence. And it takes like almost a full minute, but here in a minute the truck will start. I like that because here in the summertime it's nice, you know, you can start your truck and let it cool off. And I was playing with it a while ago. I probably disarmed it, now it won't start. Oh, there it goes. Oh, there you have it. Yeah, that's a pretty cool feature. I do like that. And no matter which way we go with this thing, you know, what we do with it in the future, I'm definitely keeping that. So I'll make that work for sure. Yeah, there's the sound. That 7.3 sounds badass, don't it, Mrs.? So that brings me down to this thing. I don't know what the look here is. I don't know why anyone would do this, but it's got an elephant dick sticking out the side of it. So I'll be taking that off. Hell, that's a damn trip hazard. You could trip over it. Anyway, that's where we're at right now. I can't really show you the very bottom of it, but trust me when I say that it's everything from this point right here to this point right here below the gold is just absolute rotten. That's got to be replaced. And I knew it did. And I'm not complaining about that. I'm really not. Pretty happy with everything else, to be honest with you. Just the body is just gone. But like I said, I knew that going into it, and I'm not here to complain about that at all. But between you guys and all my friends at work and whatnot, they were asking me about the truck. And it was just a lot easier to do a live stream on it and show you guys. I know in y'all's world it looks like, holy shit, you bought a lemon, you know, and I get it. But in my world, that's all just sheet metal and it's all cosmetic. The main thing was getting the chassis and engine, transmission, all of that. I can fix everything else, and I plan on doing that. But that's where we're at right now. And it does have steps that go along the bottom there too. I just don't, well, they rotted off, to be honest with you. But they'll be back on whenever I get the truck all painted and cleaned up and to get it back roadworthy. And to be honest with you, if I put the spacer and all back on, you can drive the truck. They drove it from Tampa, Florida, all the way up here. It's like a 6-hour drive. So yeah, the truck, it drives and it runs fine. It's just I've got some cleanup work on the body to do. So, but when I'm done with it, let me work my magic with it, and it'll be a sight to behold. I can guarantee you that. But yeah. Anyway, that's the new Mrs. Tank, and that's what we wanted. And you guys know me, I don't shy away from a project. Truthfully, I wish the body had been better and the chassis need a little bit of work. But I ain't mad. It's all good. I'm not mad at the truck. The truck is the truck. I'm a little bit upset with the guy that I bought it from, just for lying to me, you know, not telling me the truth. But anyway, I'm going to go over and sit down. I'll turn the camera on me and we can talk, and you guys can ask me questions and I can answer them. Give me just a second. Turn my monitor where I can see you guys. Alrighty. Guys, see if I can turn this around without disconnecting everything. There we go. All right. Q&A time. Hey, Joey. Hey, buddy. Eva. I got the kids in here with me. Joey, you say hi to everybody? You say hi to everybody? Huh? All right. All right. Let's see. I can't imagine rust-free is cheap. So, smooth operator. Actually, I've got a couple of other trucks that I'm looking at right now for parts trucks that have good tubs on them. And honestly, I think that's going to be my best route. Is just to go ahead and change the tub on it. Keep everything else, of course, it's just the sheet metal. All the interior will be cleaned up, and the seats, everything will, you know, that's all fixable, no problem. No worries there. Trying to keep up with the chat. You guys are going so fast. All right, Kevin, thanks for being here, buddy. It's good to see you. Hey, Stig, I don't know if I said hi to you, but I'm glad you're here. It's good to see you. I'm sure that a lot of you guys were probably asking me questions or making comments that I didn't catch, and I apologize for that. I'm out in the shop by myself right now. Mrs. is in the house working her side on the TV. But if you guys had a question or whatever that I missed, go ahead and ask, and I'll go ahead and answer that the best I can. Don't start, Stig. Let me get my library right back. Will I have to pass smog in Alabama with it? No. The truck as it sits, this is to Dutchman. The truck, the way it sits, is EPA legal. None of that has been modified that I can tell. Other than the big donkey dick sticking out the side of it that's coming off. That looks ridiculous. The rest of the exhaust looks like it's up to standard, so I won't have to worry about that. And again, folks, the truck is a fantastic truck. It's just got sheet metal damage that I'm going to have to address, which I knew I was going to have to address some of it, just not as much as I'm going to have to. So, badass tank there. Yeah, it is. It's. I'm very happy to have it. I really am. Don't get me wrong. I'm not upset or I'm not regretting the purchase. I'm really not. I'm more so disappointed with the guy that I bought it from for not telling me what all I was getting into. You know, truth be known, I probably still would have bought the truck. I probably would have negotiated in price a little bit more. But as far as having the truck, I'm totally happy with it. Yeah. Yeah, Phil, you're right. And, you know, Phil says they're all rotten at that age. And you know what? You're right. When we started looking at these trucks, you know, I saw some in person, and right off the bat I could tell, okay, all of the rocker panels under the doors, or it doesn't matter which one you get. Even the new one that I'm going to get for parts, I'm going to have to replace that. That's just the way it is. That's no big deal. The issue is the man-to-man, you know, let's make a deal thing, and he, you know, didn't do good. So, yeah, Katrina, you know, I don't know where I'm at on that. I'm going to have to, once I get off here, I'll go back. He has messaged me a couple of times since I started the stream. I don't know if he's watching the stream, but if I will say this, if you are watching the stream, you know who you are, and you know that this was a bad deal. You do, and it was dishonest. And I don't have anything else to say about that right now. But yeah, hey, it is what it is. Yeah, Dutchman, I can get an aftermarket blower motor for the air conditioner. They're like 30, 40 quid. They're not bad. But I'm going to hold off on doing that because if I get the other parts truck, it'll most likely have a factory OEM part that I can swap. But if not, yes, I'll definitely go aftermarket and go from there. Just kind of reading up on the stream, trying to catch up with you guys. Yeah, I think that's going to be my best way, Dutchman. Oh yeah, Phil, I couldn't be happier with the engine. Oh man, it doesn't smoke. It seems to drive good. Obviously, they drove it from freaking South Florida all the way up here. You know, so I'm happy with that. Katrina asks, how long do you reckon it's going to take to get it on the road? Well, I can get it on the road pretty quick. You know, just change the tires and wheels and fix the AC and a couple of things like that. And I told Mrs., you know, I'll be happy to do that. And we can use the truck if you want to do that. No problem. And we might do that. We'll talk about that later on. But she was pretty steadfast. She wants it fixed, done, and ready for her to drive it, just like it was a new vehicle. And it will be, you know, new body paint, bushings, all of that. So she wants to hold off, so I think that's what we're going to do. And it's no big deal. In the meantime, we've got my Dodge and her car, you know, so it's not like we have to have the truck, but, you know, whatever she wants to do on that, you know. I'm gonna make an adjustment on my monitor. I'll be right back. All right, that's a little bit better. I can see that better. Hey, Mark, what's going on, buddy? We're just going over this truck that we bought. Oh, that's right, Katrina. You know what? I'm glad you said that. I made myself a note to order another one of those horns, like I made you and Mrs. But it'll mount directly to the truck, so I think that'll be pretty cool. She'll like that. It's definitely got to have a Alabama horn. Roll Tide. And our first game this year is next weekend. Unfortunately, it's a 6 o'clock game, so you guys probably won't get to catch that. But I'll most likely stream it anyway on 88 Keys. Roll Tide, sis. Roll Tide. And I've heard mixed feelings about Alabama this year. We lost a lot of good players and a good coach, but I've had several people tell me, "Hey, man, I don't know. I think we're going to do pretty good, but we'll just have to wait and see. It is what it is. Doesn't matter win, lose, or draw. I'm always going to be Alabama." So, yeah, Stig. I ordered the sticker. It hadn't come in yet. I don't think we're going to get Saban back, Katrina. I don't think we are. I think he's called it quits. He's enjoying the retired life and all of that. So I'd love to have him back. He's a hell of a coach. But I don't see him coming back, unfortunately. Dutchman asked, "Captain, will you need to have the alignment checked?" I will. That's pretty much standard as far as when I do a project like this, because there's so many things that come off and go back on. At the end of the day, before we use it as a daily driver, yeah, it'll go to the alignment shop and get the front end aligned and all that. It also, I plan on replacing all of the bushings with neoprene bushings and upgrading a few things while I'm in there. So yeah, it'll definitely go get an alignment. I just hadn't decided which. I know we're probably going to go with the factory wheels, but as far as tires, we're not going to do anything aggressive like my Dodge is. We're probably just going to do a moderate, like a mud and snow tire, if you will. A little traction, but not the big, girthy mud tires. No, I don't think so, Carl. I haven't found any body work on the truck as far as previous damage, like the fender bender where it's had, body filler and all put in it. I hadn't found any of that. I crawled under it this morning pretty good and looked at it. The frame is intact. Everything suspension-wise, all of that looks good. It's just the sheet metal on the body is the problem. That's right, Phil. Phil says as long as you're not driving along looking outside windows, it's okay. That's right. Yeah, I checked that, Dutch. I crawled under and engaged the four-wheel drive, and it does lock in. So nothing spins freely. So that tells me everything on that seems to work pretty good. I do have one locker that I'm going to have to take off and do some work to it because it's been damaged. But honestly, I don't think I'm going to have any problems out of the front end. It looks pretty sound, so I'm pretty happy with that. Katrina says, I just keep thinking of the National Lampoon movie. It's perfect. I know that movie. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, it is a good start, Carl. Joey's decided he's going to come hang out with us. Ain't that right, Joey? Ain't that right? Are you a good boy? Joey, a good boy? Huh? Joey likes to hang out with me out here. Certainly have the same kind of luck. Yeah, if it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck. That's just the way it goes. But I'm okay with that. Been dealing with it for 55 years, so. Everybody saying hi, Joey. Everybody saying hi to you. Everybody saying hi, Joey. Everybody saying hi to you. Tell everybody hi. Huh? Huh? Look here. This is our baby boy. He's our youngest baby. He's a good boy. He just got some emotional issues we're having to work through. That's true, Carl. Well, honestly, if I could retire, I could get all my projects done. That's the problem. I can't retire. Still too young. Too young to retire, too old to want to work. Swanya says Diva's the boss. That's true. That is true. She runs the show around here. I don't think I have any new projects per se. I did build the duct. Well, I built the, what the hell is this thing called? Trying to think of what it's called. I started the duct work on the shop air conditioner. The plenum, yeah. I built the plenum yesterday, and it's that big box up there on top of the air conditioner. And what I'm going to do, that pipe is going to come up to the ceiling and then run the length of the shop. And it'll have vents every, I think he said every 6 feet. But for now, I just got a pipe blowing out into the shop to keep it cool. Because let me tell you, it's hot. South Alabama, it gets pretty warm. I just saw that, Mrs. Thank you. Yes, Dutchman. Yes, I'm still flying. That's my daily job, flying helicopters. Unfortunately, we're still flying the UH-72, but rumor has it, in a couple of years, we're going to either get 407s or 505s. So, we'll see. If that happens, I'll probably stay at work. Well, I'm not going to lie to you. If we get 505s or 407s, yeah, I'm not going to retire until I lose on medical. That's the honest truth. I'm not going to lie about it. However, if in 10 years we still have the same aircraft that we have now and all of my retirement benefits kick in, yeah, I'm popping smoke. I'm out. I'm done with it. Thank you, Katrina. Yeah, you know what? I need to walk around the shop. You guys haven't seen the shop. Let me turn the camera around and I'll show you guys where we're at. So, if you look at the floor of the shop, you can see the yellow paint line. Okay, that is the original footprint that we had when I had the original shop. It goes all the way to this wall. So it's basically a 30 by 20. and then everything else is all new shop. And since I've streamed last, I built a new table for the lathe and built the coolant system for the lathe. I know this is one of Katrina's favorite machines that I run, but so now I have coolant, and it's on a table and not sitting on them rickety boxes that it used to sit on. That was what it sat on before, and they were just really rickety. You know, they're lightweight, and the lathe would move around. So I did build that. I built this table. The lathe and mill are pretty much exactly where they were in the old shop. Nothing really changed there. Watch the chuck. Yep, the chuck's right there where it's supposed to be, Stig. I don't leave it in the chuck key. I don't leave it in the chuck anymore. You know, we know what happens when you do that. So it's got a nice little place to stay right there. Everything is pretty much sitting in the same place as it was. I moved the bandsaw over, the $25 bandsaw. The toolbox is pretty much where it was. Now the monitor, there's the monitor. You can see you guys talking to yourself. The monitor hung on the wall where that wall is now in the old building. So that's moved. And yes, you guys can see all the stuff on the walls. There's nothing on the walls that doesn't have a story. Captain, where's the bar? I'll get to the bar here in just a second. Yeah, Dutchman, that's actually dangerous. I've done that myself in the old building. Okay, Mrs., I'll move slower. The old building, I left a pair of parallel bars in the lathe chuck, and when I turned it on, they literally punched through the sheet metal of the shop on the wall. So I put all this shelf up. That's an 8-foot shelf. That's at the 8-foot mark. And I've got these little ladders that I keep so that I can just step up and retrieve whatever I want in storage. And these little boxes, man, I'm totally shit-tickle happy with these things. I bought one of them at Lowe's because I was in there and I didn't want a buggy, so I just grabbed one of the boxes and put all my stuff in it while I was shopping. But you can see that I was able to label everything that's in the boxes. And I really like that system. Over here, this is where I reload. You guys have seen that before. I think I did a reloading video one time. This is all the brass, all my reload brass, all my gunpowder, all my primers. There's a little tumbler that cleans the brass. There's actually an AR lower right there. Yeah, there's an AR lower right there. That's actually the gun. Even though it doesn't have a barrel or any of that on there, this is actually the gun because this is the serial numbered gun part of it. So anyway, yeah, I got a couple of those laying around. But that's where I do most of my reloading. And all of those boxes, those are all reloaded ammunition. There's a box of shotgun shells. Let's see, I think that's .45 caliber. That's 5.56. I think that's 9mm over there, but I'm not sure. I can't remember. I'd have to go through the boxes. There's my tow missile mounted right above the washer and dryer. So I got my washer and dryer working. And a lot of people think, why do you need a washer and dryer out in the shop? Well, because anyone that's worked in a machine shop knows that you don't want to use the red rags, and the reason is because the lint gets in everything. So we use just terry cloth. It's just a white towel, and they're not really expensive, but you don't want to buy new cloth every time you wipe your hands. So use a washer and dryer to wash my rags, and Mrs. Does not like that going on in the house. So I decided, you know what, I'll get my own washer and dryer. That way I don't mess hers up. And a new addition, I started buying these little boxes right here, these organizers. I love these things to organize everything. And I've got a bunch of them. They're all over this shop. That's the last of the paint that I've collected over the years through doing houses and all that kind of stuff. There's the Alabama A. Have you guys? I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I'll turn this on. It lights up in the background. Looks really cool when you turn the lights off. I got the blast cabinet set up now with a new light where you can see. You got them at work and they're still not organized, Mark. Well, that's the whole point of having them. They're organizers. You're supposed to organize with them. Hey, C&K. Good to see you, buddy. And this is another storage area. You guys can see I really like those boxes. My TIG welder, my wire welder. That's right, Biden does suck. Yeah, that's some pretty heavy wire ties right there. I use those a lot. You guys have seen the Arc Droid. I built a new table for the control head to sit on, so I can fold it out of the way. I'm still playing with this machine. I love it. Wish it was a little bigger, but it does great for what it is. So anyway, I'll give you that's the gist of my shop. There's Mrs. Buggy, the Bama Buggy. I get lost in the shop, yeah. There's the Bama mower. And the Bama Buggy. And yes, we all love Trump. Hopefully he's going to save the day here in a few months. Stig asked me about the bar, so here's the bar. Watch out, Joey. Full refrigerator with instructions. There's all my welding helmets. But like I said, everything in here has a story. Everything on the wall has a story. And from time to time, people ask me about things. Okay, Mrs., I can do that. Let's go hit the horn for Mrs. Come on, Joey. Alright, turn the buggy on. Alright guys, here we go. Oh shit, it's dead. Why ain't it working? I don't know why it's not working. Well, hang on a minute. Well, I think the battery's dead. think it does need a jump start. I don't know. I'm gonna look into it. Give me just a second. I guess the switch had a little debris in it. So I played with it and it started working. Huh. Yeah, that switch is going bad. What's weird, if I hit the horn, it worked. That's got to be a coincidence. Now it's working. Okay, it's working. I just hadn't used it all year. It's probably got a little rust on the switch or something. But it's back to working now. Yeah, I'm going to put that horn on Mrs. Truck. She'll like that. Turn the camera to where you guys can see the Fort Rucker, Alabama sign. Okay, CNK is going to be live tomorrow at 7 p.m. UK time. Everybody show up, thumbs up, like, and subscribe. But yeah, I like showing the flag right there, you know. There's a lot of controversy about that. I'm just getting my chair set up where I can see the monitor. I know you guys can't see me, but y'all don't want to look at my ugly ass, so I'll just sit here and do questions and answers with you guys. Oh, I did get a new on-air sign too. Yes, you did hear beer. In case of dehydration. Okay, Dutchman wants to see the shop air conditioning unit. Okay, I can walk over there and show you that. Not exactly what he's looking to see, so if you're still here, Dutchman, just tell me what you want to see. Cheers, Sponge. So this is the unit. No, that was not a Bud Light. That was a Keystone Light. Thank you. Thank you very much. This unit came out of our house. A few years ago, we added on, imagine that, and the air conditioner that we had just wasn't big enough. I think this is a 3-ton, and I think we got a 5-ton now. I'm not real sure. But this is the air conditioner unit that came out of my house. It works fine. It was just too small. So I had it installed in my shop. And I'm going to tell you, folks, if I hadn't have done that, I wouldn't be out here right now, because it's like 32 degrees with like 60% humidity. Yeah, this air conditioner, I don't know what brand it is. I think it... I think it's a Goodman, which I think they also make York and a couple of others. But it works fantastic in here in the shop. I'm very, very fortunate to have it. Like I said, without the air conditioning, I couldn't be out here right now. There's no way. But right now, in the shop, I'm looking at the thermostat, which is right over there on the wall. I'm showing 75 degrees. So um, and I've only had it on this morning. So when I came out here, it was 87 out here, which would be what, 25, 30 degrees for you guys? And since I've been out here on this stream for an hour and 5 minutes, it's gone from basically 35 degrees down to 20-ish. That is a big map. And I got that map. What that does, originally when I got this map, I had these little tacks that I wanted to put on here where all of you people live. Like, obviously the United States is up right there, and the UK is right over there. Right there is the UK. And then you've got Australia over here on this side, and then you've got New Zealand, Norway, Iceland, all of that. And I wanted to put those little tacks on there. I don't know if I can, yeah, right here. If I can open them. I wanted to put these little tacks with a little red ball on them where everybody lives, so I keep up with everybody. But the problem is, I can't find a piece of cork board big enough for the map, and they won't stick in that wooden wall. Captain, put a sticky face on Norway, please. I will. I can do that for you, Stig. I'll have to see about doing that. In the wintertime, Carl, I see Mrs. answer your question, but it is a heat pump, so in the wintertime, last year, without any ducting or anything, I turned it on, and it was, oh God, it was freezing outside. It was below freezing, and in here in the shop, it was 70 degrees, so it was very comfortable. It actually heats the shop better than it cools the shop. Mrs. is saying, Captain, we need a large map of England to look at real estate. Yes, we do, Mrs. And that's a venture that we're seriously considering. I'm wide open to it. I would like to have some property in the country area of the UK somewhere. Definitely not in the city. I don't want to be anywhere near the city, but I would like to have a wooded area, maybe a creek, something like that, and some land. That would be fantastic. I've actually got a map of Yorkshire, I think, Katrina. I think you gave it to me. Hang on, let me look. No, I was wrong. It's not Yorkshire. It's a map that you sent me of Sheffield. And I'm going to show it to everybody. Hang on, everybody. We're going for a ride. This is the bathroom. And that's the map that Trina gave me from Sheffield. And I'm pretty sure this is the map that Rita gave me from her area. And I think this is funny right here. Pretty cool fishing thing. But I don't know if y'all have ever seen the bathroom, but anyway, that's the bathroom. I keep the door shut so the dust level doesn't get too bad in there. I have my coffee machine and my tea maker in there. Am I going too fast? I'm sorry. Yes, Dig. You probably will. One thing I wish I could do out here, and I don't know how to do it, I wish I could slow the chat down because I have to read the chat. There's no way for me to scroll the chat up and down without a computer. It works good for what it is, don't get me wrong, I like it, but it would be nice if I could like pause for a minute so I could read what everybody's saying. Yeah, Mrs., I need to put a cot out here for Phil. I'll tell you honestly, outside of a shower, yeah, you could live out in this shop. It's got everything in this shop that's in the house. It's got running water, hot water, a toilet, air conditioning, TV, internet. Yeah, other than a shower. Of course, I guess you could just jump in the pool on your way to work. No, I'm not going. I'm not going to put a shower out here. I don't believe. Yeah, that's what I was just doing as I was trying to scroll up a little bit. The problem is my phone won't let me scroll up much. When I touch the screen, well, I can. I can work it out. Oh, there you go. That's working. There's a slow mode. Katrina, there's the slow mode. How do I do that? I think at the start of the stream you have to turn on slow mode, I believe. Okay. I will definitely look into that. I'm assuming that just slows the stream down to where I can see what's going on. Okay, bye, Cordial. Thank you for coming. It's good seeing you. And yeah, like we were talking earlier, I would imagine once I start working on Mrs. War Wagon here, or Classy Wagon actually, it's not a War Wagon. We're not doing that one up that way. We're making it classy for her. I'm sure I'll do some streams of the sheet metal work and the body work. That's kind of interesting, I guess. All right, I'll let you guys talk for a minute. I got to take a bathroom break, and then I'll wrap this thing up. Mrs. says, can I roll up door and show metal truss? Oh yeah, I can step out and show you that. That's no worries. So, I'll show you guys what we got going on. These metal trusses right here that are stacked up, and then these black beams that are here, what that's for is, if you look at the house right there across from the pool, there's going to be a, I think it's 30 by 25 foot roof that comes out and hangs over the pool. So about a third of the pool will be underneath this covered area. Um, and if you'll look right there, you can see the progress on the deck that we've made. It's coming along quite nicely, I think. It's just been too hot out here to work, so I'll get back on that project when the weather cools back off. But yeah, these are the trusses for that covered area. We're kind of making an outside kitchen, and then I'll probably move the Brellies, one over here on this end and one over here on this end. Um, I don't know. We'll just have to see. Holy Moses! I started sweating just walking out there. Hot tube has something. Stig wants to know if the Mexicans are coming back. You know, it's funny you asked. Maybe so. I'm trying to get a hold of the same guys that built the shop. For the most part, Mrs. is right. We're going to do it ourselves, but there's some things about that construction that if I could get those guys to come help me, I definitely will do that. But yeah, for the most part, we'll be doing it ourselves. It'd be nice to have a couple extra hands, though, you know, just helping. Some of the beams are pretty heavy. But we'll see. I haven't quite worked the details out on that, you know. That's a pretty big undertaking, and I don't know that I can do that, just me and Mrs. It's not that I need them to build it for me. I just need people to help me lift things. Dutchman, my son-in-law bought a 2008 GMC 3500 with Duramax diesel and Allison transmission four-wheel drive from Florida. Had it shipped. Called 7 years ago, and it turned out great. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, the Duramaxes are great. We had one of those years ago, and I didn't have any trouble out of that thing. It was a good truck. I like the Duramax. Matter of fact, the Isuzu diesel is the same diesel that's in my generator. Okay. Lube break. I'll be right back. All right, what I miss? All right, that's when you see kept the generator to change it to need air. That's funny. That's a good one, Mark. Need air. I like that idea. Dutchman hasn't seen the generator. Do y'all want me to to take you out and show you the generator? I don't know if that's what you guys want me to do. Dustman hasn't seen generator. Can you show it? Also, Carl wants you to play Cuddly Toy. I can't. I can't play Cuddly Toy. I don't have anything to play it with. I can walk you out to the generator though. If y'all want to go see the generator, I can do that. Okay. All right, guys. We'll take a trip. Cuddly Toy. I get it now. I'm a little slow today, Carl. I hadn't been to sleep in 2 days. All right. I'm going to walk out here. I don't know if I'll lose my internet signal, though. But we'll go out here and see. Y'all don't mind the hot tub sitting out in the middle of the yard. I haven't got the deck built yet. Or finished. I've got it built. So you guys can see that. It's come a long way since I showed it to you the last time. I've still got to do the roof. But, and I've got these straps on there because the 4x4 is warped, just sitting there. So I've got them strapped to where they'll stay straight. Let's go. I have no idea if this is still streaming or not. So, we turn the battery on with that circuit breaker. I have to preheat it here. Ah, shit. I keep forgetting you gotta hold the start switch till the oil pressure builds. That's the generator. Hard to get a good video because it's so big. There we go. Well, that's our generator. I'll just let it run for a little bit. I'll let that run, exercise for a little bit. I'm going back into AC. It's hot. We haven't really done much with the yard this year. We've been so busy on other projects. One project at a time, right? All right. Okay. Let me catch up. Phil likes the camo paint job. Dutchman says badass. It's running great. Yes, it's a military surplus generator from the good old USA. One project. I know, Phil. I don't just have one project, do I? I've usually got several. Yeah, this is just thanking me for the generator. I tell you guys, let me tell you, you know, having hurricanes and tornadoes down here, now that I have the generator, I can't imagine not having the generator. It's been such a blessing to have that thing. You know, and it runs the entire house and this shop. It's ridiculous what that thing will run. So I'm very happy with it. I need a project to manage all my other projects. I know, right? Yeah. But if I didn't have projects, I wouldn't have anything to stream about. So it works out. This time of the year, though, specifically this year, the projects piled up on us. We took on a lot more than we usually do, which I'm not complaining. It's just when you have that many projects, you're scattered out pretty good, and it's hard to stay focused on each project when your mind is kind of spread out over 3 or 4 at a time. But we've done pretty good so far with the reno. You know, the sunroom's almost done. We've almost got it done to the point that we're going to start doing cabinetry and all that. That's right, Katrina. You can't imagine me nothing to do. Streaming, just drink beer, says Stig. That's a good idea, buddy. No, Trina, that's probably never going to happen. And if I can ever retire, I can really get something done. You know, the problem is this work thing, having a job. I hate it. If I didn't have a job, man, can you imagine the shit I could get done around here? The problem is it takes the job to fund all the projects. That's a good point. I could siphon some out of the Ford. Yeah. Actually, Dutchman, that generator, I don't have it yet because I haven't found one. I'm looking for a external storage tank, and I'd like to have about a 200-gallon tank, because the way that generator works is whenever the onboard gas tank gets to the halfway point, it's got a pump that automatically pumps out of the storage tank into the onboard tank to keep it filled up. Yes, Mrs. That's what I was just saying. You're right. I haven't found one yet, but at some point we'll have a exterior tank for that. But I'll tell you, folks, until you have lost your power in a crisis, a storm or tornado or hurricane, whatever the case is, when you lose all power, you realize quickly you're absolutely defenseless. And, you know, I've never had a generator that would run the entire home, but now that we have used the generator, actually our power went out shortly after I installed it, and I literally ran everything I could turn on in the house. I'm talking washer, dryer, stove, air conditioning, the pool. If it could turn on, I turned it on because I wanted to know what the capabilities were of the generator. And I'm going to tell you, that generator didn't miss a beat. It kept right on going. All of my neighbors were out of power. I was cooking along like it was nothing. And matter of fact, I kind of forgot about it until I looked outside and I saw my neighbor's lights were on. I thought, oh, okay, well, I can turn the generator off now. But to answer your question, I think that was Carl. How long will it run? So it runs approximately 17 hours on the onboard tank. So basically, you're getting a gallon per hour with 100% of capability of the generator. Now, obviously, it doesn't run on 100%. So the way we use electricity, the generator runs about 30% capacity. So if you figure at 100% on 17 gallons is 17 hours, you can back that off to 30% at 17 gallons. You're looking at about, I would say, around 24 hours on the generator with the onboard tank. Now, with the external tank, days. With 200 gallons, you're talking easy a week. Oh, I missed that. I so wish I hadn't have missed that. Mark, what powers everything you tip? I've got to scroll up and find that. What did you say, Mark? Yeah, but does it have a USB socket on it? Oh my God, Mark. Mark, it runs the whole house. Of course I have USB. I have cable, USB, internet, the whole 9 yards. All right, guys. Well, I'm thinking that's going to wrap it up for me. Here, I'll turn the camera back around where you can see me. I think that's going to wrap it up from today. Oh, this is kind of funny. This reminds me back to the old shop days whenever the camera was in front of me and the toolbox was behind me and the monitor was up there. But now I have to turn away to see what's going on. But I can read it on my camera. You know, Mark, it's funny you say that. That massive generator actually has one outlet for a single plug, like a light bulb. And as big as that generator is, that plug-in literally runs a nightstand lamp. That's it. It won't run anything else that pops fuse. It's just, it's ridiculous. Hey, Dutchman, thank you for coming along. It was good to hear from you again. I hope everything's going good for you guys. But yeah, I'm going to catch it back up. Old shop days. Yeah, we've come a long ways, hadn't we, Mrs.? But yeah, I'm going to get back out here and start streaming more. It's just, I've had so many projects. I'm really hoping this fall I can be out here in the shop and do more. It's just we've been really, really busy at work. Some of you guys know, I've had to work on Saturdays and Sundays here recently. And to be honest with you, this coming Saturday, it ain't looking good. We're really behind and trying to get caught up there. So I'm just kind of hit and miss. I can't promise that I'll be back on building anything in the near future. I've got several projects that would suit a stream. I just haven't been able to put everything together with the big projects that I've been working on. And absolutely, the truck videos, it's going to take, right now, you have to understand, we've got the truck in, we've kind of assessed it. So my next steps are going to be logistic. I'm going to have to order some parts. I'm going to have to, get some supplies, which I already have a lot of it. But some of the hard parts, I'll have to order those and all of that. And then once I get a batch of parts in, I'll start streaming. We are planning on doing a lift where the truck sits now. So come on over, Carl. You can use the machines all you want. Be glad to have you. But so this Exodus, which is the 2-week period around Christmas, is we're softly planning on getting our lift so that we can lift the body off the truck. It'll be a permanent installation of the shop. It'll be a 2-post car lift. I haven't found the one that I'm going to get yet. I got some pretty good ideas, but that's something I'm planning to do over that 2-week period, is have the lift installed, and that will go a long ways as far as some of the shop projects that we've got, with my little blue truck and with Mrs. truck. Of course, Mrs. takes priority. I want that up and running. The little blue truck, that's just a toy. So we'll get her truck up in the air and start taking things off of it and putting pretty stuff back on. But anyway, I appreciate you guys coming along. It's kind of a fun stream. It's the first time I've even done a full stream since I've had the shop up and running. And I do have a few things left over to do. You know, I haven't run the air conditioning duct. It just, the shop hasn't been the priority, the house has been, so I kind of have to weigh those out and prioritize. But yeah, I'm glad to do I'm glad to do the stream today. It was good seeing you guys and talking to all of you guys. Miss you guys a lot, and I wish I had more time to be out here and do the streams, because I really enjoy doing it, you know. And you guys are a great bunch of people. You lot are awesome. But Carl, Stig, Phil, Katrina, Mark, you know, all of you guys, you know who you are, and I appreciate every one of you. You know, and it's good to talk to you guys. Unfortunately, today's stream was a little bit negative with the disappointment of the truck deal, but like I said going into it, I knew there was work going into it. It's just a little bit more than what I wanted to do, but what's done is done, and it should make for some pretty good streams. You guys have never seen me do body work or any of that stuff, so I enjoy that kind of stuff, the sheet metal and body work. I like doing that, so I'll definitely be streaming that. But anyway, in the meantime, thanks for coming along, guys. I'm going to get back inside and see what Mrs. has going on. I'm kind of getting hungry. It's time to eat. And unfortunately, there's no Alabama game today. Of course, today's Tuesday. It feels weird being off on a Tuesday. I look forward to next Saturday. That's the first game of Alabama. I think we're playing Kentucky. So ought to be a good, well, I don't know if it's going to be a good game or not. I hope Alabama beats the hell out of them. But we'll see. That's left to be seen. But for now, I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to go inside, chill out with Mrs., see what's going on, and get ready to go to work tomorrow. Thanks, Carl. Thanks, Phil, Mark, Swanson, Dutchman, all you guys for coming out, visiting with me for a little bit, and listening to me rant and rave, show my ass a little bit. But anyway, I'll leave you guys with that, and hopefully somebody will do another live stream, maybe Mark, hint, hint, but we'll see. But for now, I'm calling it a day. I'm headed inside. Thank you, Rita. We'll see you guys on the next one. Everybody take care. God bless. Roll Tide.